How's it going, everyone? It is the Banner Roll, back with another week of the PPL Season 5. This should be our Week 7 match, I believe, facing Dye here. Didn't get to face Dye in Bubble when he was absolutely killing it, so excited to play him here. His team's pretty interesting. We're on the up and up, and unfortunately my boy's on the down and down. He's got a few losses here and SPL D League, but still obviously a very respectable opponent. That's not going to make me think this is in the bag or anything like that, because everyone's got to bounce back at one point, just like we did. So, very interesting matchup, though, which I'll toss up on the screen right now. You can see he has Pecharunt, Ting-Lu, Iron Bundle, Terra Iron Crown, Screamtail, Terra Ceruledge, Iron Hands, Fortress, Avalug, Pincurchin. I remembered the name. Let's go. Decidueye and Terra Gothita. That being said, his MVP by far is Ceruledge, and it's definitely a big threat in general still. I'm definitely scared of a choice band set into my team. But you can easily be Terra Dragon setup, either on this or Terra Dragon Iron Crown. Both, of course, giving you the resistance to my main priorities in Jet Punch and Grassy Glide. So those are the main setup things that we look at, and then other than that, it's just fat. And then Iron Bundle is just, speedy support, but can also just outright win. So, definitely going to be cautious of hazard stacking from Ting-Lu, but the good thing that I didn't know is that his hazard removal is trash into me, and that's definitely what I'm going to try and abuse this week. And then with Decidueye is his only potential saving grace, because even though it still can't defog into Golden Go, it does threaten Golden Go with stab super effective coverage and Spirit Shadow or Poltergeist or special version with Shadow Ball. So that's important to note for sure. Other than that, hazards look pretty nice into his team, and you will see that with Deoxys here, which is going to be kicking it off for our team. So we are having the Choice Scarf, and you're like, why are you hazard stacking with a Choice Scarf? Well, I'm not. Ha! Get fooled. I'm tricking it immediately. This is going to be my designated lead, and I'm just going to get rid of it, out of the get-go. I genuinely think there is nothing, necessarily bad that I can choice this onto. I guess worst case is, or the worst result is that I choice lock it onto Bundle, and now it can outspeed my Blaziken at +2 speed. However, if I'm able to remove Heavy Duty Boots on Bundle, that is massive, because then with Stealth Rock and Spike Up, it takes 37 upon entry each time. If you guys can do math, that is only 3 times Iron Bundle could come in, and that makes the game so much easier for me. So, that feels extremely good. But mainly, if we can get a Choice Scarf on Ting-Lu is the main thing, 100%. To get rid of lefties, Chesto, Berry, if it is rest or anything like that. Also, punishing Screamtail is great. Punishing Pecharunt is also huge. So there's a lot of great things with just having a trick choice item into his team. Because the other thing with Dye, if people aren't aware, my brother likes to set up early and really pressure teams. So, I mean, worst case is technically a lead speed booster Iron Crown specifically into this Deoxys. Because he's always good outspeed, and if he can get a sub up 2 for free, then that's awful. And if I trick him a Choice Scarf, I'm already going to be slower because he's max speed with booster, and then he's not locked into a move technically until after the trick happens, so he can still click something the next turn. It's not the best, but that being said, that's really the only worry. Otherwise, it's looking a very solid lead for sure. I have Stealth Rock and Spikes to dual stack into his team. Like I said, it's really good. We can easily get them up, at least one of them up right after, and maybe another one later. And then lastly, Teleport. This is really big for slow momentum into my team and let me just pivot around, because you can see towards the bottom I have both Palafin and Rillaboom. Those are my pivoting mons this week that do have Heavy Duty Boots, so I'm really not worried about him stacking too much, as long as I can pivot with those guys and be really annoying against the rest of the team. So, Deoxys is looking really good as a lead, and I'm really excited to see what it can do. I think this is a very cool set, because I'm really not even worried about Taunt out of the gate, because I'm more than likely going to outspeed whatever, and be able to trick at the very least, so... Next up, we have Blaziken. This is ideally going to be a win condition. There is a few situations, where it's not fully able to sweep, especially if he has Choice Band, Shadow Sneak, Ceruledge, or something like that, or if Iron Bundle is Choice Scarfed, or if I'm just not able to get an SD, I guess technically. But either way, Blaziken looking very strong here. We have the Life Orb once again as my homeboy's tried and true. He loves hurting himself over time in-game. We have Swords Dance in case we can sweep. There are a few ideal situations, which we'll see with some of my Pokemon later, where I can get this SD kind of for free, but I'll talk about that in tandem with the other Pokemon. But Close Combat, really need it for the Ting-Lu, plain and simple. I almost didn't debate it, but I need it. It's still obviously big for Avalugg as well if we have to face that. Terra Ground Earthquake is insane into his team. Yes, we have Rillaboom. I just need to be cautious my turns, but my brother has nothing off the ground. He does not have a bird, not named Decidueye, aka he just does not have a flying type, and he does not have a levitate Pokemon. Unless he wants to bring Air Balloon on 6 Mons, Blaziken's going to be able to do some damage, plain and simple. And then Knockoff is specifically if I'm in a situation against Decidueye. Like if he brings bulky Decidueye, I need to have Knockoff in order to hit it. This also gives me an option against a Ceruledge that might have like Flash Fire or something silly. I don't know. Some sort of like Terra that makes it more difficult for me. Like I don't have to risk the 50-50 is what I'm trying to say without having a stroke. Like if it's Terra Grass, right? I don't have to risk going for Close Combat in his face, expecting the Terra and losing the 50-50, or Earthquaking as he does Terra Grass and then eating hit. I can go for the Knockoff, because at +2 with Life Orb, unless he's like a very bulky variant, he still just drops. So that is another benefit there, apart from just the Decidueye. So obviously, I would like the Fit Protect if I could, but the fact is, I really don't think I need it in this game, because the things that do outspeed me, one, there's a chance that they become slower, and two, I'm going to be outspeeding practically everything after the +1 anyways. So maybe not the bundle, but it just depends. So that's the main thing. If I see bundle take hazards and this is a situation where I can sweep, I know it's Scarf Bundle. Scarf Bundle makes reasonable sense to me purely because of Blaziken. But then I can just abuse it with the hazard side. So, but Blaziken looks really good for breaking. At +2, Terra Ground EQ, we knock out Pecharunt, we straight up Oko Screamtail. If it's the standard version where it wants enough speed to outspeed like Palafin and still be able to do other stuff. If it's like max defense, if it takes hazards, it's still for sure going to die. And it's great. So the other thing that really stops Blaziken obviously is heavy duty boots, sturdy on either Fortress or Avalugg. So I just do need to be cautious of that if I'm trying to win with it. But if I accept it as like, hey, Blaziken just does enough damage, I can clean up with the other mons. So let's see what the boy can do. I think it's a great Terra option this week. And then we do have a mixed defensive Toxapex here with the Citrus Berry. This is because, once again, Ceruledge is terrifying to me. If it goes for a Ghost, Terra Ghost, Choice Band, Poltergeist, one, we take a shit ton. Two, but if it's just Choice Band and it's not Terra Ghost, I'm pretty sure I have it EV'd to where the minimum roll he gets is 50%, so Citrus Berry will always proc, and I'm also an equal HP number at 304, so I don't have to worry about weird odd number bullcrap. And then we get the item, and then Poltergeist can no longer hurt us. So I debated eject button too, but this felt like a lot better because I want to be able to still haze if there's a setup threat in front of me instead of me pivoting out, you know? So this felt ideal. Instead of Recover, I have Pain Split. He has a lot of mons with a very high HP stat on his team. Between Ting-Lu, Iron Hand, Screamtail, like, I want to eat that up and do damage at the same time. It really helps Pex not be too passive in this game, which is big. Haze, of course, just with removing stuff. And Pecharunt should come into me. It definitely makes sense. But if he opts for the Avalugg over the Pecharunt for some reason, or I can just remove Pecharunt early, like say it's a more offensive variant and I'm able to remove it, Toxic Spikes are extremely good. And I mean, there's really nothing else I really wanted to put on Toxic Spikes here, so I think it was kind of fair overall. So pretty much just here for the Ceruledge. I can also switch into Avalugg a decent bit. I can still take a hit from Freeze Dry Bundle, stuff like that. So it can be like an in-between, but it's primarily for the Ceruledge if I can use it for that. So it's more than likely going to be one of the first sacks alongside Dio-Defense. Next up, we have Goldango. Goldango was a recent change. I actually had Iron Boffin help me with build for a little bit, and we had a different Goldango set first. He's like, yeah, this is great. It goes with the rest of the team. Then I went and I changed like 4 different Pokemon. Deoxys was one of them. Goldigo, Palafin, and Rillaboom I all changed after saying, yeah, no, the team is great, we're good. So I get to tell them whether I win or lost, if it affected that or not. So Goldigo here, though, is choice of specs. Modest nature, max HP, here to do a lot of damage. I can still do a lot into his team. We're not fully max HP, sorry. We do have enough speed in case of a speed creeping Pecharunt. Because there is a chance instead of being max speed that it just accepts it wants the extra bulk and it will run a little speed in case something tries to catch it off guard. I always like to watch out for that. So we have Make It Rain. Choice specs Make It Rain into Ting-Lu. Yes, Ting-Lu has its ability. Yes, Ting-Lu is reasonably fat. This still does like 40 to 48% to a max SPDEF Ting-Lu at choice specs Make It Rain. I will take that chip every day of the week. Especially if I'm removing its leftovers and giving it a choice scarf. I hinder that thing so much. And if I'm getting those hazards up and I can just make it rain twice, then I am in a great spot. Because then that thing now becomes a sack. He can't spam hazards. I'm doing so well for myself. And the other reason I can risk that is if I have that grassy terrain from Rillaboom up to where his Earthquake does less. Once again, if I can abuse it for Goldengo, that is great. And if I cannot hinder my own Blaziken, we're going to try and do that as well. Shadow Ball, of course, is pretty spammable into the team once Ting-Lu is gone. And even though, obviously, super effective, damage good, Make It Rain into a max HP Pecharunt still does minimum 96%. I'm going to click Make It Rain. Plain and simple. Into the entire team. Shadow Ball will be clicked if Ting-Lu's gone. But outside of that, it's Make It Rain. So, and then we have Psyshock. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if we see an offensive Assault Vest Iron Hands. So that being said, I want to do some decent damage into it. If he doesn't have any defensive investment, this is doing like 60 minimum. If he has HP, then we're probably going to be doing around like 53% minimum. And then if he has like full-on defense and special defense mixed assault vests, then we're probably going to be doing closer to like 45 to 55 as the entire roll. So, but it's still good to have in the back just in case I need to click it. I didn't feel like I needed recover or anything like that instead of that. So, if anything, I debated T-Wave, but it wasn't necessary. And Trick, even though I really would rather just do damage with Goldengo, if I use the trick from Deoxys onto something else and I still want to catch the Ting-Lu, I still have the opportunity to do this now and later. Or I can use Trick, once again, on one of his potential setup threats if it comes down to like a double situation, because otherwise, more than likely, I'm already locked into a move, So, but Goldengo's looking pretty good. Even if he doesn't get a kill, he's going to do a whole bunch of damage this game, I'm sure of it, so. And then next up, we do have Palafin, Garp here with the heavy-duty boots and no choice ban. However, I'm very worried about hazard stacking on my own side. So, boots is very nice for our flip turn buddy here. We do have practically max speed, max attack. This is max speed, so we can guarantee outspeed Iron Crown. And if you are not booster speed, my brother, you are getting encored. If you are an SD Ceruledge, you are getting encored. If you are an SD Iron Hands, you are getting encored. Are we catching on here, folks? Also, if that Scream Tail is not respectful and speedy, it can also get encored into Wish, Stealth Rocks, whatever it wants to do. I would not want to encore it into Thunder Wave. That is not a good idea, kitten. But other than that, I can do plenty of damage otherwise. Wave Crash is looking really good into his team. Jet Punch is some necessary priority to have for sure. And then Encore plus Flip Turn is just the main way of me really hindering his team and gaining momentum with Blaziken. The main way I look at it is I definitely think like there's a few potential options. Is like it's a very bulky Pecharunt or a bulky Scream Tail that comes in after Palafin encores like Iron Crown, for example, or Ting-Lu. I don't know what it is. But I get the Flip Turn off and then they try and go into one of those. I can still go into Blaziken. Because the other thing with Blaziken being Terra Ground, I can't be Thunder Waved. And if it is a, pretty standard speedy Scream Tail, I am going to go second the first turn. So he can't Thunder Wave me, he can't Encore me yet, so the Swords Dance is free. The best he can do is click me with some type of damaging move. Maybe get up a screen if he has it. That's definitely going to be the best thing. But the Swords Dance is free, and the next turn, I outspeed Scream Tail, I kill it at the +2 like I mentioned earlier. You can't Encore me when you're dead. But Palafin can Encore you later because it's a funny little dolphin. So even though I debated like potentially like Surf because it's nice into the more phys-def things that he could have, like the Avalugg and Pecharunt, Wave Crash was still pretty spammable, and I really didn't want to invest anything into my special attack since I wanted the guaranteed speed. So we'll click Wave Crash and hope we don't put ourselves down, because at least we're not taking hazards, and that's on God. Alright, and then next up we got Rillaboom here. Rillaboom is very necessary, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because I don't think it's necessarily the best for my team overall to have it in the matchup. But Iron Bundle is a menace, and I need the priority in order to kill it. Now, even though we're max attack adamant with heavy duty boots, we actually don't guarantee kill bundle from full. So we want to be cautious of that. But between the hazards and Jet Punch, I feel like it's okay that I don't kill it from full. So I think it's way better than just being choice band, because that's what I was before. And then I switched it to boots because I was really worried about hazard stacking on my own side when I'm trying to pivot with this Pokemon. So that being said, I think it's going to come in clutch. And I think the terrain's still going to be able to help me more than it helps him, which is going to be an important thing. But if it doesn't, then I'm going to be mad. No. But Grassy Glide looking pretty good into the team overall. Obviously, when he Terras, it doesn't look as good. Well, I guess both of those Pokemon are resisting Grassy Glide anyways that are trying to set up between Ceruledge and Iron Crown. But either way, we need it for the bundle alone. For the bundle alone. Just leave it like that. I originally had high horsepower over knockoff on Rillaboom, but the fact is I want to be able to get rid of a Boots or a Rocky Helmet on Pecharunt if needed. Just got to be cautious. I'm not knocking off into one of the items I tricked the choice item onto. One of the Pokemon I tricked the choice item onto. So, but the fact is knockoff was definitely helping me a little bit more, especially if I face the Decidueye once again. So, and then U-turn, of course, for momentum, looking very good, especially just pivoting between Palafin and Rillaboom. I don't really think those two can easily pivot between one another, especially if there's a max defense Pecharunt on his side, or even Avalugg for that matter. As long as there's one of those two things, I'll have to switch into other Pokemon. But in general, this Power Core is really going to help the team a lot, and I have a lot of opportunities to get in both Life Orb Blaziken, free SD potentially, otherwise still very strong, and then the Choice Specs Goldango, which once again, both of these pivoting Pokemon have great synergy with them. The Encore into Flip Turn for potential free setup with Blaziken, which is huge. And then the Grassy Terrain into the Goldango, so Ting-Lu's Earthquake does less damage to me, or an Iron Hands Earthquake, or an Avalugg Earthquake. So plenty of benefits between the Pokemon here that really are showing. How much of it was calculated synergy and stuff that I'm just realizing now as I'm spewing to the microphone, you don't know. But that's what makes this great, and this is my longest team builder yet. So I need to have this enthusiasm more often. Maybe, maybe not. But that being said, Dye is definitely going to be waiting on me, so I feel a little bit bad now. So I'll see you guys straight into the battle and see how we do. Oh, that was a good chat. I almost didn't have my recording up, and he didn't bring Ceruledge, which blows my mind. I already knew when he sent the Terra thing, but Terra Dragon Crown. Okay. That definitely sounds more like an endgame, which makes me feel a little bit better. I am worried about a lead crown, based off my strategy, but we'll see. He does have a patch. Okay, that's fine. We can easily wear that down over time. This is still looking very much like a Blaziken endgame. +2 is definitely still going to be able to take out Crown. So I'm not really worried about that. I am just going to stick with my lead. If it's a booster speed lead setup Terra Crown, I'm going to be very much in shambles. And it's a very Jason thing to do, but it is what it is if that happens. Because I think this is great just to like cripple anything on his team immediately. Ideally, it's Iron Bundles heavy duty boots is what I want to do. But if it's one of his fatter mons, then that's just as good. So. Because if I can put a Scarf on bundle, getting rid of boots, that's amazing. That's definitely not... Oh, that is bundle. This insane name for a bundle. Okay. I mean, it's my play through and through. I'm going to hope that he just knows he needs to flip turn in case this is the Thunder Wave coming out. And either trick a Choice Scarf and gain heavy duty boots, or gain Choice Specs. I really expect there to be no in between here. So he's Scarf. That is good to know. Right? There's legitimately no way. He can outspeed me unless he's... well, not if he was max speed or something. This still worked out, though. Nah, there's no way you're like max. Unless you're just extremely lazy. I did do an aggressive speed creep with Dio. Okay. Well, I'm gonna hope it's Scarf, and I'm just gonna stack the man, because he didn't bring removal. And if he wants to lock into spikes, I'm gonna let him. I think I realistically just need one. But we'll see. He might feel pressured to already swap out. But he might also be like, I'll just take everything. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we get 2 hazards up immediately, and Ting-Lu does have the Choice Scarf already on him. So, with spikes. Crown is not booster, but it is in currently. And I wish... Well, no, I wouldn't have Thunder Wave. I had it at one point, but it was over spikes. I wanted Teleport for sure. I just teleport here. This at least lets me scout if it's like specs or something. Oh, it's lefties. Okay, if it's sub, this is fine because I have Encore Palafin. Either way, I'm gonna teleport and go straight into Palafin. Oh, I miss teleport so much. It's such a broken move. Alright, so it sets me up pretty nice. And I'm going to be able to get Palafin activated, so... If he wants to Terra early too, that also means they get more Stealth Rock damage the next time he leaves. He might do a good play here and scout it, but even if he does, they get to flip turn the following, so I really don't care. And if he goes Iron Bundle, that can at least confirm with me if he's Scarf or... Okay, no, he stays in here, so he does get Encored because he's leftovers, not Mental Herb. I mean, I get to Encore and flip turn, and if he stays in, I get to go Blaziken, so... Y'all ever just get beat 1v1 from a little guy? Oh, you're staying in. Okay, brother, I will take this. Let me double check. Blaziken KOs at +2. Ooh, that gets a little... Oh, close combat. Duh. Okay. Oh, wait, that's also not my Terra Ground. Yeah, okay, I blow him backwards. Okay, one thing is spikes. I can also just like CC here to be safe in case he goes hard bundle. So what's stopping Blaziken currently based off the team he has? Legitimately just if it's Scarf bundle, so it's safe for me to SD. If he goes hard bundle, I know 100% it's Choice Scarf. And worst case at +2, I'm only claiming Iron Crown, but I can do it again later. Because at +1 he will outspeed me. He does just let me SD. is non-existent because you are lefties. I get my speed boost. Yeah, even if... I guess I should go for close combat to be absolutely safe. Yeah, because I don't have to worry about priority anyways. Because if you're... Jesus. Oh, because it auto-selected. Yeah, close combat, like, always kills here. So I'm legitimately not worried about this. Okay, cool. I didn't calc max defense, but then once I fully committed, I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Alright, so that's the biggest threat off the board. Iron Bundle can still be an issue, don't get me wrong. He should go into that, but if it doesn't take boots, this game is over. Or sorry, if it doesn't take rocks, this game is over. Unless it's like Air Balloon Petron. You say boots? Nope, he is Choice Scarf. Okay. I'm 1,000,000% saving you. There's absolutely no reason for me to make a play like that. I can just go U and then teleport. It's legitimately no drawback. I have to save Blaziken just because it does so much to the team. Also, with the hard swap here, if he goes for a hard swap, we can at least find out. But this practically confirms Scarf. Otherwise, you just straight up lose. He missed anyways. We could have gambled, folks. Yeah, there's no reason for me to get another hazard. I'd rather just teleport and keep up momentum, because even if you just Hydro here, then I can go into Rillaboom. So there's no reason for me to click anything else whatsoever. There's the Hydro. And as much as I want to click knockoff, there's like legitimately no reason. And also when my boy comes in, being Golden Go, damage is going to happen. So Pain is Petra probably. Yup. Takes stones, and that is perfect. Do we see Helmet with this? We do see Helmet that expects... I expect it not to be that speedy, but even if it is speedy, Golden Go still eats one either way, so... Fun fact, Golden Go will straight up OHKO this with Make It Rain. Yeah, there's no reason for me to do anything else. I do just need to be cautious now of my grassy terrain turns next time I'm trying to get Blaziken in, so... Might have to let it stay out for a little bit. But, I mean, Iron Bundle's got limited turns, man. Like, I think I'm okay. Yeah, this thing just dies. And if he goes into Ting-Lu, there's a chance I can 2-hit KO. But if he's max BDF, I don't. Oh, we know grassy terrain. There's definitely no shot at 2-hit KO. Which is fine, because Homeboy has only one move that he can... Actually, I can stay in here and click. Do I want to just do that? Because your Earthquake's weakened. Yeah, you're not doing too much to me. I'd rather this get Ruination compared to something else. And I just keep you low. Actually, do I really care about keeping you low? Not really. I could go like hard packs. He's gonna know its specs. There's a chance he could just go like hard into Iron Iron Hands here, and that would be a little bit more of a worry for me. I'll just make it rain, because at least I get to scalp that. Alright, so this keeps him a little bit lower, so if we see, okay, we just see Stealth Rock. Alright, so this is very much like, kind of like a guaranteed double now. And he can definitely make an aggressive one for sure. I think my play is just Palafin. Because I get Flip Turn Chip on Iron Hands. If you go Scream Tail, I'm able to just go right back out in the Golden Go. If you go Iron Bundle, you're taking all that damage and I'm a happy camper. And I want to keep Rillaboom somewhat healthy just in case. So I think it's kind of no drawback here. Okay, and then Ting-Lu, we see Stealth Rocks too. He's going to see that Iron Boots. Oh yeah, Patch's Rocky Helmet. I'll forget to put that down. Baymax is Iron Hands. Yeah. He takes... Oh, okay. I definitely want to get another Spike Up too. Okay. Grassy Terrain Gone is massive. This is definitely just a flip turn. Like, every time, all the time. You got Grassy Terrain Recovery after taking 16. So you should have been at like 10. That did about 20. That did not do 20, sorry. That did about 15, more likely. Ooh, you defensive? Yeah, you're definitely defensive. Okay, so you could be defensive SD here. Do I want to ignore the threat and get up my hazards? Because if you SD... I mean, you're very expendable, aren't you? Yeah, I would like T-Spikes up for later, but... screw it. Let's go Pex. Because I think the biggest situation right now is set up on this, so... Thunder Punch, we eat that. Do I live another one? I didn't really see how much that did. Because Stealth Rock and Spike, I took 24%. I was at 76. Guys, we are mathing here. 154 from 51. Citrus gave me 25, put me down to 26. So 74 to 26, I took 48. I don't understand how I took 48. I realistically die to another one. I will just give it to him. I really don't care if I die here. Alright, this is legitimately best case scenario. If it gets off, please. Nice. And then I think I just want Toxic Spikes up. It's crazy how if I was Protect on Blaziken, it was game over. But I don't think I could do all that coverage. It's so situational. Should I hit? No, let me just Sludge Bomb. Because Toxic Spikes is like technically fine. Do I want him to go into Petronaut? It's like, I'm just trying to think like best option. It's not really like a bad option here, especially with the chance of me getting full parrot anyways. You died at anything, so it's like... Okay, that was a crit. I was about to say, that's a dirty roll if he didn't get that one. Alright, so that's fine. I mean, I just go right back into you, right? Claim one, let bundle take damage. Anything else, I'm fine with it coming out. I think I'm also... Alright, well no, now I do want to Terra just so I take... Well, yeah, take less from Stealth Rock. If you are max defense... Blaziken, Terra Ground, no grassy terrain, and your Shuckaberry, there is a chance I don't kill you, so I will CC. But I am going to Terra Ground though. Just so I can kind of like save that. There's really no reason for me not to now, so. Oh? Okay, well Blaziken picks up another. Surprised he wanted to keep that, that's interesting. Oh, he's gotta have Wish on Screamtail then. Now this is at the point where I might let Blaziken just click until he dies. Now that I know that Iron Bundle, well, unless Iron Bundle comes out, I'm saying if he goes Screamtail, just to put on the necessary pressure. Because I mean, there's also a chance that, okay, cool, that Screamtail wouldn't even knock out Blaziken even with the -1 and everything. So this is a flip turn for you. And I don't really think I lose anything necessarily. Actually, no, I always go Dio. I never not go Dio. Because it's the most expendable. Because I can't risk a freeze dry on anything else. As much as I would love to go like hard Goldango, but it's not realistic. Plus, there is now a chance that we get to get up a spike. Actually, I think that's kind of like guarantee a spike. Also, Iron Hands has way more HP if it's max HP. You're also not Boots. This is amazing. We also get to see if I'm faster here if you're leftovers. Not lefties. Totally makes sense. I am just going to spike again. We are faster. So if this is faster, then Palafin's faster. So I'm not really worried here in terms of how I can be punished. Goldango, I think is my switch in here, and I just go for Psyshock now that there's no Ting-Lu. Or is it Shadow Ball? Because there's also the chance that you're still Assault Vest, actually. And just like bulky in both departments. Which Psyshock is definitely a play if that happens. Yeah, because you don't do anything to me otherwise, and if you go hard into Iron Bundle, I take it. and get the kill, so. Also, Iron Bundle's just like always in guaranteed range of everything else. Excuse me, depending on how much HP you get, tells me if you have HP investment. Probably not. Or probably pretty minimal. I am just going to go for Psyshock. There's a chance I can kill from here. So. And you're not killing me with any one move, unless it's probably Earthquake, I guess, but... Ooh, that sucks. And that sucks. But we live. Yeah, I just click again because you just give me this, right? That was like guaranteed game if I got that kill. Let me check my HP. Do I live? I'll swap out. I mean, I'll keep it as a sack either way, but I do? Question mark? I need to remember how much resisted Stealth Rocks is. I'll do this. If you want to go Scream, I don't think it's worth it. So. Stealth Rocks, Bulbapedia. I think even after I did that math, you think I know. I'm pretty sure is it. If it's 6, I'm unfortunately right on it. Yeah, 6.25. So I'm pretty sure I die exactly, which sucks a lot. But I also think I'm like fine. No, I can't. Yeah, wait, no, I can go you. Iron Bundle definitely does. If you just try and wish. Blaziken's a little too advantageous. I think I can easily just set up the game for Rillaboom. I'm pretty sure. Towards the end. Obviously, I need Petra gone, but this is a like hard Thunder Wave or something. That'd be crazy. Yeah, okay. Probably just flip turn here. Because you either stay in or you go into Petron. If you go Iron Bundle, there's probably also the chance you die. Do I Wave Crash just for that reason? Because worst case is you protect. Because I'm faster than you. Because Deoxys was guaranteed faster than this. So, or sorry, this was faster than Deoxys. I just really don't want a Petron. That's the part that makes me upset. But I don't think just Petron can beat me. Okay, best case scenario, I guess. Alright, so you have Wish, Protect, Fill in, Move, and Other. He's definitely getting close. Like, Encore is, like, obviously the safest play, but I really don't want to give, like, Petron, like, stuff for free. Worst case is if you do something else here, it's like another Wish, and I just... There's a chance Golden Go lives on 1, and I'm willing to take that on a flip turn if you stay in. Ooh, that's a big crit. Helmet as well. That's corny. Okay. Because worst case, if Gold dies, then I just get a free swap. Yeah, that sucks. I was right at the percentage, man. It was a Thunder Wave. Alright. You're in range of Blaziken now. Do I want to do that? Wait, you went for Thunder Wave? Do you live another wave crash? Okay, that does 48 to 57. Blaziken Terra Ground does 47 to 55. Because I need to keep Blaziken more for Petron. Dude, you gotta be... Well, no, you're actually more defensive, right? There is probably actually a chance you live this, but I'm committed at this point. Balafin's my goat. He hasn't let me down. I'm not losing this game on low rolls. Okay. And then I need to see how much Iron Bundle might be taking from Jet Punch. A whopping 20. So, it's important to keep in mind, though. Okay, so it is just Bundle and Petch in terms of offensive capabilities. You're likely max defense. Which as soon as you recover and stuff, then you're put in a bind, so make sure I can still win in that situation. This is gonna be close, folks. I do think it's a wave crash. And if you recover it, just encore you into it. And then you make the sack. I'm also just gonna crit, so it's fine. Oh, I did crit. So that puts him in range of Grassy Glide. He did recover, though. I think I'm forced to do it again, right? Or do I encore? Because if he sacks, it's the same result. I always encore here. Because I don't think you go hard bundle. This should be a swap from you into your Iron Hand sack. So you can come back out not encored. Even if it's bundle, I'm still just as happy with that. Yeah, that made the most sense. I'm really mad about these low rolls right now, I'm not gonna lie. He knows my full kit. He knows I can't touch him. So yeah, he goes back out in the patch. Really sucks I don't have Goldenko or Toxapex in this endgame. I'm being straight up with you guys. But it's fine. That's why we have teleport. Okay. Considering that crit didn't kill around 50%. Yeah, he's definitely max defensive, which Blaziken's still doing 59 to 60. God, I don't know if that's enough. Because I do need a Terra Ground over knockoff because it just so much more. There is, depending on his investment, the chance we kill here. Whether or not it happens, I don't think so. But I think we get in a situation where this does enough to where Palafin plus Rillaboom just wins, actually. Even if we don't kill. Because then it puts it in range of Wave Crash. And it does too much for him to recover stall it. Yeah. Wait, what am I at? 48? Make sure I don't die to another Life Orb. No, I'm at 16. Cool. That might be what he has to bank on here. Nope. Is he banking on a low roll then? And then other stuff? No, I still think I'm fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, that got sweaty. That got really sweaty. Blaziken turned up this game, though, dude. It was just 2 speed boosts, so I'm not going to get the kill here. Unless it all comes down to it not mattering. He might die to hazards anyways, actually. Wow, he died to hazards. Cool. DOD getting a kill, too. So actually a crazy close game that I ended up getting a 3-0 on a big opponent on, so I'm very hyped about that. The team worked absolutely perfectly. I'm happy with the last second change I made with Goldango and then Rillaboom especially as well and whatnot. So, wow. Great games to Jason. That was really close. Get better hazard removal. No, you should have brought Decidueye, bro. I would have actually been able to challenge Goldango from blocking removal and whatnot. I'm also really surprised he just let Iron Crown stay locked in like that. I'm really surprised about that. But GG's to Jason. Very excited about that dub. We are on a streak right now, and I hope we can keep it up going into the last remainder weeks. We only have 2 more regular season games after this one. And of course, we're trying to make sure we lock into the top 8 for playoffs. So I'll see you guys in the next match.